tips on how to get your significant other to live a healthy lifestyle, what helps you stay motivated on your tough days, how long should a bulking phase last to be effective. What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. It feels so crazy to be doing a sit down video right now. I haven't had my ring light out in so long. I haven't like sat down and done a formal YouTube video in a while, and it feels really good. This is a big time of year for fitness. It's New Year's. A lot of people around this time of year are setting new goals and deciding what they want to be in 2020. New year, new you. So I wanted to come on here and kind of touch on that topic. If you are someone that has a New Year's resolution, or you just want to enter 2020 with a healthier mindset, then keep watching, because I have some tips for you guys on sticking to your goals, making them sustainable, and actually changing your life in 2020. So I did just post on Instagram asking you guys for questions about reaching goals, fitness, weight loss overall, whatever it may be. But before I hop into that Q&A, I want to just touch on how special it is to have an opportunity to turn things around. And I do just want to touch on my story a little bit, because the last thing I want is for someone to tune into my channel or take a quick glance at my Instagram and think that I've been this way forever. I haven't always been fit. I haven't always been mentally stable. Haven't always been healthy. I haven't always been successful. I haven't always been happy. In fact, I came from a very dark, bad place. If anything, I was destined to be pretty average and not have the life I have now. So I do want to touch on that and tell you guys the small steps that I took to turn my entire life around. For me, this time of year is really reflective, because now I have new types of goals. They aren't necessarily big weight loss goals or things like that, but I have new business goals, new muscle gaining goals, new work-life goals, things like that, and they apply to everything. In my life, weightlifting has changed so much for me. How I think about things, the way I approach challenges, the way I reward myself, it's really changed my mindset overall, and I think it can be applied to more than the gym. Your relationship, to your work life, to your overall discipline, motivation, whatever it may be. So I'm not going to go in depth about my story on this video. If you do want to know about my story and you haven't seen it yet, check out my transformation video. I think it's about 2 years old now. It's kind of funny to watch because I feel like I'm such a baby. But that's where I tell you guys about my story, so I'll link it in the description box below. So for any of you that don't know, my fitness journey began at the end of 2016, early 2017. I was in the worst place I've ever been in my life. I would consider it rock bottom for me. I had dropped out of college. I was on a lot of different medications for my emotional disorder, which is called borderline personality disorder. I was about maybe 80 to 90 pounds heavier than I was before reaching this dark place. I was treating the people around me very badly. I was treating myself very badly. I would deal with my emotions through alcohol or self-harm. It was like a never-ending vicious cycle. I was close to graduating and then I dropped out. Didn't have a job, I didn't support myself financially, I didn't have a degree, had no goals or ambitions in my life, and overall I was in a really bad place. That's where this all began for me. And now I would say I am the fittest I've ever been in my life. I am the most financially stable I've ever been in my life, the most mentally stable I've ever been in my life. I'm in a great relationship. That's not to say that everything's perfect for me, but I have made significant improvements in all areas of my life. Having a New Year's resolution or heading into 2020, wanting a new mindset and wanting to create a new life for yourself is so special. Although it was such a dark period of time for me, I kind of miss that opportunity to just change everything. And it's so freaking cool that you can do that. For example, when I first started this journey, my first step was literally just taking my dog on 2 walks a day for half an hour. that was my first step. I'm a big believer in setting small attainable goals. I started out with walking my dog, and then I upgraded a little bit to cleaning up my diet, but that even in itself was a huge step for me, because cleaning up my diet helped me think clearly, helped me feel better. My body was able to move easily. I had more energy throughout the day. Then after that, I tried to go to the gym for the first time, and I think the first time was a pretty epic fail. I think I walked in and maybe left crying. The first time you go is like the biggest mountain, and once you get over that, it's easier to go the next day, and then the next day, and then the next. You're gonna have to overcome certain anxieties that you have, fears that you have. You're gonna have to break habits, but I promise you, the more you keep doing it, the easier it gets. I'm like 3 years in now, and it's just how my life is. This is not how my life always was. I really didn't care much about the effects it had on my mood, which is crazy because mental health has always been an issue for me, and I believe that you should treat it as such. You should use food as medicine, use exercise as medicine, and give your body the best possible nutrients to help you deal with the issue. Yes, I do get angry thinking about how I used to treat my body, but I'm so grateful that I discovered fitness, and now I'm able to handle it in a much better way. Fitness has taught me to love my body on the inside out, my mind. Entering 2020, I don't want you guys to think about this as this is going to be the fittest year of my life. This is going to be the year that I have abs. This is going to be the year that I whatever. This is a life change. Fitness will change your life if you let it. 2020 is just the start. I encourage you to take this year and use it as a year of self-improvement. Let's hop into these questions. So the first question I have is, what helps you stay motivated on your tough days? My biggest goal this year is to stay committed to bettering myself physically and mentally. That's a really good one. Mentally tough days are extra tough to help yourself physically. Back in the day when I first started, I had really high like ups and downs all the time because I was so emotionally unstable. What I told myself is go to the gym, do your best at this workout that you can do. It doesn't have to be the best workout, but I know for a fact leaving that mentally you will be this much better. I knew that if I stayed at home and stayed in bed or just went on my phone or whatever the other option was, I would feel a hell of a lot worse. Especially on mental health days, I would recommend going to the gym. If you don't want to do weights, just get on the treadmill and just break a sweat. You're just showing yourself that you're capable of more than you thought, and getting those endorphins scientifically is going to be great for you in a moment like that. The next question is, how do you stay sustainable with your diet or even just going to the gym? I struggle with both. I'll start out strong but can't sustain for more than 2 months. So I think the issue with this is a lot of people start too strong or they imitate someone else's routine. For example, take a look at their favorite influencer who's been working out for 5+ years and do exactly what they do. But in reality, a slow start is probably better because you're setting yourself up for success. For example, when I first started, as I said, I was just doing walks with my dog. That was easy to keep up with. And then I slowly but surely added things in. When I first started, I definitely wasn't going to the gym 5 days a week. I was doing maybe twice a week. You don't have to go from 0 to 100. And if anything, you're going to burn out faster that way. Also, you need to make sure your plan works for you, not for your friend or your favorite influencer. If you're imitating a diet that you don't like or is difficult for you to create, you will not stick to it. I think a big misconception with starting a healthy lifestyle is that you need to be eating salads, broccoli, and chicken for every meal. You absolutely don't have to do that. You can really keep the foods that you enjoy. So for example, I love eggs, avocado, turkey bacon, that kind of thing. So that's what my breakfast was. I didn't copy the breakfast of someone that has, you know, pancakes or yogurt because I don't like either of those things that much. So make sure your diet works for your likes, dislikes, and your schedule. Create a plan that you can stick to. For example, if you go to an office job every single day, you'll need to be prepping food. The next question is tips on how to get your significant other to live a healthy lifestyle. This is a funny question because Before I was into fitness, Greg was super into fitness. He would go to the gym every single day and eat healthy. Meanwhile, I didn't go to the gym at all, didn't care about eating healthy. We were just on completely different pages. I do remember a couple of times him asking me to come to the gym with him or consider trying it, because I was dealing with mental health issues pretty badly back then. It's tough to convince someone to join you in your healthy lifestyle if they are not in themselves ready. What I found was fitness happened for me when I was ready. You need to want to love yourself and improve yourself to make it happen. But what I would say is there are plenty of meals that you can make for both of you that are healthy and you can enjoy as well. Like sweet potato fries, those are good in general. Maybe make some like protein mug cakes, slip those into a normal meal. He won't even notice. How long should a bulking phase last to be effective, and how fast or slow should the transition be between a bulk and a cut? All of those questions are completely unique to you. I think a lot of people enter the fitness world and they hear words like bulking, cutting, maintaining, and it just complicates the whole thing, and they think they have to follow like a certain schedule or formula, and that's not the case. Bulking, cutting, and maintaining are just words used for different goals. Bulking means you're trying to gain mass, you're trying to gain muscle mass, so you're eating in a caloric surplus, because in order to grow, our body needs more calories. Maintaining means you're staying the same body weight, you're eating the amount of food that you need to stay the same. And cutting means you're eating under your required amount so that you're losing body fat. And there is no particular amount of time you should be doing any of them. For example, I'm in a cut right now because I have a photo shoot January 10th. So I started cutting about a week or two ago, so a total of a month of cutting. And I knew in my head for my body, that's around how long I need from my starting point. The next question is, do you recommend setting one big goal or multiple smaller goals in between? How were you able to hit your goals? I think I mentioned this before, but I'm a big fan of small attainable goals leading up to a big goal. So maybe in the back of your head, you say, okay, I want to lose 50 pounds. But to get up there, I would set, smaller goals. Like I want to lose 2 pounds every 2 weeks. Setting small attainable goals, I feel like, is better mentally, because each time you hit that goal, you can give yourself a little reward, and you're slowly but surely getting closer to that big goal without it overwhelming you and without it seeming too far away. The next question is, how often should you aim to be PRing, aka setting personal bests, on lifts that are regular in your training? So strength training has been really important in my training since the beginning. Greg is the one that taught me how important it is. First of all, it's a huge calorie burner. A lot of people have it in their heads that you have to do cardio to lose fat. That is not the case. Strength training burns a ton of calories. So if you're increasing that weight every time you do that lift, you are going to change your body immensely. Weightlifting changes your body composition. It doesn't just help you lose fat, it changes how you look. So for example, my legs right now are pretty shapely. I have size to my glutes, and that is not at all how my body would look if I simply did cardio. I hope that makes sense. So I would say you should be hitting PRs maybe every week to every other week. You definitely don't have to be hitting PRs every time you do that lift, but at least once a week, try to set a PR at some point in your routine. The next question is, how do you stay on track when life is really hectic? You seem like a super busy person. I want to know your tips. I'm still figuring out how to handle work stress and work schedule with working out. For me, it's a little bit different because working out is part of my job and filming my workouts is part of my job. I think it's a matter of figuring out what is most sustainable for you. So if going to the gym on your lunch break works for you, then do that. If it is better for you to go after work, then do that. I would say considering the gym as a constant in your routine will really help. You don't need to have this internal battle every day. Am I gonna go? Am I not gonna go? You're going. Just keep it in your head. It's not an option unless it's a rest day. I am going to the gym today. It's in my schedule. I just need to go. So show up. If every machine's taken and your routine's ruined, do something else. Don't freak out. I think people get really obsessed with sticking to their plan and they have to do this, 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 and this. Anything you do is better than nothing. So just get there and don't consider it an option, just go. Okay guys, that is it for the questions today. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any more questions about New Year's resolutions or goal setting or fitness in general, comment below. I can't wait to see what your questions are, and let me know if you have any video suggestions. I can't wait to film some more New Year's themed videos for you guys. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. Love you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next video.